with invisible illnesses realize that you can still lead a pretty healthy and active lifestyle. It's just not going to be the one that you had envisioned for yourself, but what the hell else are you going to do about it? Excuse me. I'm very, very behind today. I had to go get my hair done. And usually I go and get it colored, and she makes it really fancy and straightens it and then curls it with the curling iron. And it's so pretty, but I just went up to it. I was like, nope, just diffuse it. Let me go. She was a little, in fact, they all were really, yeah, really. But anyway, it's kind of fancy hair because it was dried professionally. But 9 toxic habits that you really should dump immediately. This information is from lifehack.org. Number 1, you got to stop living in the past. You can't change it. You can't change it. You've got to find a way to come to terms with whatever it is that you're dragging around and find a way to let it go. You might need to get some counseling. But you could try keeping a journal. You could try meditating. You could try prayer. That's a really good way to help you work through stuff. But you can't live in the past. You can't. I was really guilty of this for a long time, and what a waste of the present. Number 2, you have to let go of toxic relationships. Now, I tend to be too forgiving, and I will put up with and put up with and put up with, and then by gosh, then by when I'm finally done, I'm so done. But you need to, if someone, I have a real simple litmus test for other people. If you don't lift me up, I don't have time for you. I don't have the energy for you. And you know what? Even if you're perfectly healthy, that should be your litmus test for other people. If they don't lift you up, why are they in your life? Now, excuse me, we can't always gently ease somebody out of our lives. Please don't be rude. There's no need to be a jerk to somebody. But if it's someone that you just have to deal with, maybe it's a family member, then it's going to be up to you to set and reinforce some boundaries. But if you, sorry, um, yeah, I hate this term. I used to be frenemies. This was a long time ago. This was long before the word was ever popular. But looking back, that friendship was so incredibly toxic. And I really didn't get a whole lot of positive things out of it. I hung on to it because it was a habit. Don't do that. Let those people go. Your life will be so much happier. Number 3, you need to let go of making excuses. You've got to quit making excuses. An excuse is simply a lie that we tell ourselves. It's fear. Look, your fragile little ego doesn't want to, it doesn't want to take any risks. It doesn't want to, everything's fine. We'll just hunker down and stay here, but that doesn't work. Quit making excuses. Stop. And I do this. I hide behind my health because it's easy. I feel like crap all the time. It- It's really hard to push through that, but you know what? I could be making a lot more progress if I quit hiding behind this, but quit making the excuses. Number 4, you need to let go of trying to fit in. Why? Why are you trying to fit in? If you have to alter who you are to try to get along with other people, those are not your people. You don't need to be around people like that. And I learned this the hard way. I used to try so hard to fit in, and you know what? I never did because I tried too hard. When I finally said to hell with it and let the whole idea go and just started doing my own thing, guess what? People found me. The people that need to be in my life, they found me. So don't try to fit in. Number 5, stop beating yourself up. This is another thing I'm very, very good at, but it's pointless. It's absolutely pointless. If there's a problem, then fix it. One of the greatest gifts we have in life is our ability to change. So if you're not happy, fix it. But stop beating yourself up. Number 6, God, this is bad because I'm like, every one of these, I'm like, oh yeah, I have this problem. Oh yeah, I have this problem. Number 6, poor sleep habits. I have terrible sleep habits. A lot of that though is from dealing with all the chronic pain. But If you don't sleep well, that impacts every aspect of your life, everything. You should turn your electronics off about 30 minutes before going to bed because they emit a blue light, which really interferes with your body's circadian rhythms. And you should try to stick to a routine. Go to bed, especially if you've got health issues. I know it sucks, but you need to go to bed and get up at the same time. It's going to make a huge difference in how well you sleep. And your room needs to be cool, dark, and quiet, or as quiet as possible. Number 7, stop letting fear run your life. What the hell are you so afraid of? You're afraid of getting your little ego bruised, truly. One of my mentors from afar likes to say, or at least he used to, I haven't listened to him in a while. I probably should, but are you being chased by a bear? Because if you're not, what the hell are you so afraid of? I probably have the best odds of anybody watching this video of being chased by a bear. It's never happened to me yet. And most of the stuff when we get into that mindset and you start building that up in your head, all those crazy, ridiculous what ifs, how many of them have ever come to pass? Probably none. So you need to recognize that for what it is. It's just fear. You can't you got to live. You have to live your damn life. And you know what? If this is something that you can't get a grip on, I really urge you to get some help because you don't want to hide your whole life. Nobody wants to get 10 years down the road and like, well, crap, I've let fear run my life. I haven't done anything. Number 8, stop keeping old, unusable stuff. If you don't use it, get rid of it. If you don't use it, donate it. Donate it, and then somebody who wants it or needs it, they can enjoy it, and the item will be able to fulfill its purpose. That might sound cheesy, but I used to have some stuffed animals that I had a weird sentimental attachment to. And I realized one day, well, this is stupid because all they were sitting in a box. They weren't even out where anybody could see them. They were just sitting in a box. So I finally put on my big girl pants and I gave them I called my friend and made sure it was okay. You should never just dump your crap off on somebody else, okay? Don't Your sister may not really appreciate all of your kids' old toys. Ask. Anyway, I asked my friend and she said, absolutely. I gave her daughter an armful of stuffed horses. And you know what? My friend sent me pictures for a couple weeks of the little girl playing with and sleeping with these horses. That made me so happy. Although I got to admit, one of the horses was a Clydesdale and had this really fancy little braid job on the mane. And when she sent me a picture of the baby with the horse's mane, of course, it's just everywhere. And I'm like, no. But you know what? That was what that toy was made for. It was not made to sit in a freaking box in my spare room. If there's something that you're just really emotionally attached to, take a picture of it. You can still pull up those memories with a photograph, and then you don't have the item in your space. I really struggle with this because A, I'm sappy as hell. B, I love knickknacks. But I gotta say, there's a lot to be said for the minimalist thing too. Mainly, it's so much easier to clean up. Anyway, um, finally, number 9, you have got to stop comparing yourself. No, you've got to stop with the comparisons. Stop comparing yourself to other people. You have no idea what's really going on in their life. All you know is what they've chosen to share with you. And let's be real, that's a very small sliver of what's really going on. Most of the time, when we're comparing ourselves to someone else, they're well accomplished, they're well down their path, they're accomplished in their field. You're just starting out and you're like, oh, well, I wish I had what they had. Well, then you know what? Do the damn work and you can get there. Success leaves a trail. If you want what that person has, instead of beating yourself up over a silly comparison, okay, that's what I want. How do I get there? And with the internet, you can find that kind of stuff out. Most people's stories are out there if they're successful at all. If you really feel the need to compare yourself, you just can't help it. You should compare yourself to people who are less fortunate than you are. Not so that you can be all high and mighty, absolutely not, but so that you can remember that, you know what, maybe things aren't where I'd like them to be. I'm pretty damn blessed. I have a lot going on. Anyway, that's all I have. I don't even know what to say. I'm getting my ass kicked all over the place. This chronic stuff is just, I haven't been the same since I went on Cymbalta last year. It's got to change at some point, but it's getting to me. I don't even hardly wear high heels anymore, which if you know me well, you know that's a very significant development. Like, I can't. My legs hurt too damn much. Anyway, I'm not going to go down that road because I'm going to start getting all whiny. But I hope y'all have a fantastic afternoon. I will be back Friday at 11 o'clock Alaska time. Thanks. Oh, please follow me on whatever social media platform this. I'm using a third party app website. I don't know. I'm not very tech savvy, but I know this thing is cool as hell because it's broadcasts it to several different platforms for me. So please follow me on whatever platform you found this on. You'll have a great afternoon, evening,